Hello, how you doing? I look the same. It's good. It's good. Healthy anyway. Yeah. Yeah, I don't have the board up yet. You can see the scene we're gonna paint. I thought, I get a lot of questions, not a lot, but a few. How do I hold my boards up? That's called blue tack. See? So much for that mystery. Yet another mystery revealed by your friendly local neighborhood landscape painter. And Francis McCarthy, you can call me Mike. Alright, so pardon me, I didn't have my fingers. Was that paint? I did just make some paint. And yeah, I know some of you would love to see that process as well. But the real problem, I think, is that it just gets everything off to too slow a start. And people that maybe are just curious, they're going to go, yeah, I'm so bored. I think I'm going to go watch Rich Man, Poor Man. I guess I'm dating myself. How'd I do? Whoa, I did pretty good. Pretty good. So, now one thing I think I can do is like shift her a little bit so that when I zoom out, you'll see what we're going after. So a similar process, maybe notice I use the same process all the time. It's hot today too, by the way, but not too hot to rock the beret today. Save you my my bald spot, which is, hey, it's looking great. Why not? I never thought I'd get fat and old, but like I said at the beginning, at least I have my health, yeah, for the most part. I got aches and pains, God knows, but I get out of bed, I can work. These brushes. This is kind of like, sort of similar to what we were doing yesterday. I like this one. It's the same one we used as a black brush yesterday. I like it because it's like, you know what? I'll show you. I'll show you, young whippersnippers. So that's almost new. That's been worn down just from use, eh? Crazy. I think just like yesterday too. It's yesterday once more. Shooby dooby doo lang lang. Okay, again, dating myself. Carpenters. These are 6 Robert Simmons Signet Series. Probably don't need any real little ones. Got a little medium. Did a little work today. Gonna go into this. And I'm again gonna find we got our path like. Now I did just I actually did a purple version of this scene as well, but we're doing golden. Whatchamacallit, golden scene today. And it's not just reds though; it's got some warm greens, which should be fun. Ooh, you know what? I do have an palette I'm gonna try. I'm going to put this at an angle. So let's just, before I get started, we'll talk about my mixtures. Everything mixed with titanium. I will bring in the lead at some point. That's lead, that's titanium. Cad yellow, yellow ochre, transparent earth yellow from Gamblin, raw umber, Mike's green, permanent orange from Gamblin, Parylene red, also Gamblin. This is like a weird mix of the burnt sienna from Daler Rowney Georgian and the Gamblin transparent earth red, which costs a lot more, and I don't really know if I need to justify the expense. It might be more transparent too, I'm not sure. Alizarin crimson, phthalo green. None of these guys are going to really factor in what we're doing today except for the black. Maybe the gray, probably not even the gray. These guys are all going to factor, probably not that Parylene red. Now I mix these colors, titanium white, cad yellow, and a little bit of raw umber. This is kind of the same thing with more some yellow ochre cad yellow, and titanium white. And I'll add the raw umber just to kind of give it a little complexity, because otherwise your color gets real like one-dimensional. You don't want that. This is straight black. This is mixed from the transparent earth red burnt sienna combo with some black basically, and a little bit of this raw umber. This is raw umber and cad yellow, nice green, a flat green. This is transparent earth red / burnt sienna mixed with some yellow ochre and some cad yellow and a little bit of this. So you know, you can push it one direction or the other. I even brought a little tiny bit of the transparent earth red in here. I'm a big believer in color complexity. I don't like mud. Well, a certain amount of mud, dirty color, as that draw makes pink, I would say. This is mixed with some of this permanent yellow, some cad yellow, a little bit of the raw umber. You're seeing a pattern how I've been bringing in the raw umber into almost everything. Same deal here. Raw umber, yellow ochre, cad yellow, and this is titanium white, cad yellow, yellow ochre, and again raw umber. So that's what we did, and I just gave you the rundown. So we're going to be drawing with black. My medium, Archival Oils brand, odorlessly. And you have to let me know if you like the zoom out when I'm doing the drawing. I don't like to do the zoom out double video because really, I mean, it's like you got this tiny space in a big video. It doesn't make any sense to me, but it does make some sense. Now, in our reference, we have some potential issues that I want to call out. Big bunch of blah. We're going to have to create some more contrast and interest here. Could have done it when I did the reference, but I didn't. This is all pretty interesting. Got the path, which is interesting. Got going into the light, which is interesting. It's interesting, but this is a bit blah, so we'll have to see how that works out. Anyway, we're going to start, I call it drawing, even though you might call it painting. And as you see me doing, well, you've seen me do this before. Maybe you're new. I get new subscribers. Welcome aboard. Welcome aboard. I have a website, Landscape Painter, CONZ or NZ, as I like to say out here. I got a store there. This painting won't be for sale yet, but it will be at some point once I pop in the gallery. You getting some value from these videos? Break out the donation. I got one incredibly great fellow that donates all the time, and he's carrying your guys' water. You guys should be chipping in. That's all I gotta say about that. Don't be a taker. Be a giver. Right, enough lecturing. People don't like being lectured, but hey, if you don't like it, I tell you what, you can go watch yourself the Bob Ross video. He'll help you. He'll do. You guys will do some great paintings together, you and Bob. Yeah, he's going to show you how to do the wet technique with the magic wine. I'm not dissing Bob either. I love Bob. I love him. But, I mean, come on. That's not fine art. That's what we're doing. We're doing fine art. Right? Yeah. I did put the ruler up, but that's all I did with it. Yeah, I'm not sure I can do much more. Maybe I'll make a few other marks. If you notice, like I kind of perused that video I put up yesterday, and you can see a place where I had a crooked tree, and I caught it pretty early because I checked myself with the old T-square. That's the reason they call it square. Alright. Gonna take off these glasses. You know, another thing, I'm not loving this diagonal. I don't mind the diagonal tree, that works, but I don't love this. So, just I'm gonna have to do some inventing here, and inventing is good because we don't want to be slaves. We don't want to be slaves to the reference. We're already gonna have, difficulty escaping the constraints of our personalities and the limitation of IQ that we inherited, from our folks and stuff. Plenty of limitations, plenty of constraints already. Like that. And some strategic tree holes here. Don't know exactly what I'm going to do, but just kind of finding my way. You can see how I've obviated the extreme diagonal already. Swab. Swab. Don't know about this. Don't love that shape, but that's okay. I kind of want it opaque. And then here, I'm not into these wedgie type shapes, but we'll find our way. Yep. That. So I have decided I want this a little bit more open. This reference is kind of blown out. I had it for a while too. I think it just took me I don't know, I may have painted it before. A whole different take, but a hot take. So this board, there's a video showing you how it's called Just Put Texture into the search, and you see I did choke that up a bit, but decided I wanted that more open. So I don't really need, there's plenty of going on with all this. That was a call I made, although sometimes these calls I make, it's just a byproduct of me kind of getting things wrong a little bit, but is it really wrong if it looks okay? I don't know. This is a 4, but because it's got a little more brush on the brush than my brushes that are all kind of I've been using for a long time, it's like giving me a bit more pressed down. I get kind of a white stroke. Repeat myself some more. Okay, connect your shapes. Connect your shapes. Yeah, someone pointed out early on one of my earlier live type videos. It's like I get the feeling like you're just telling us the stuff you're saying yourself. So true. Yeah. Starting to say is that like technique I use to do the board prep enables me to do quite a lot of erasing, a lot more than you might see me able to do on my boards. They're just prepped with the acrylic only. So that's just if we're going to want to connect our shapes. In the reference, you can see it's all busted up. Also, we're going to be a lot of times, like if I'm going to do a little jint here or there, I might do that in that second pass. Brush action. this path has got this thing in there. I'm gonna do something there, but I don't think it's gonna be bad. Okay, why? I'll tell you why. Because there's questions. I got questions. What is that? I think I might have painted this before. I really should know. Well, I've done a lot, though. So. And sometimes, too, I just get multiple references in the same scene. So what are we doing here? It can be quite bright yellow, but interesting yellow brightness. Now I don't like how that tapers down in the reference. That's not a good plan. Coming in from the other side would be better. Tapering this way. How do I know this? Well, because I do a lot of paintings. I paint a lot of paintings. And, you know, I was looking at my stuff too. Oh, we're on medium already. So that's kind of a looser, thinner. I'm going to get in with a bit more black now. Wiping things off. The oil. Yeah, why would you say, well, why'd you wipe all that off if you're just going to go back to oil? Well, because when you get a bunch of paint buildup on the outside of your brush, it just adds up to being not good sometimes. You've got to work with things until you like the consistency, until you feel like, yeah, this is going to flow. Now, so one thing is, there's not a ton of dark here. That's one thing I thought we'd change. So some sequence, tree sequence. Don't make all your trees. I do that all the time. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. I even noticed it on the one I did yesterday, but it's in the... I noticed it. I'll fix it. Maybe I'll fix it. Sometimes you can't escape. One of the reasons, though, I have my glasses on. Like, a lot of times it might even be better to close that up. And then, you know, if you feel it's too big a passage. Yeah. Just different feel. And feel is everything in painting. Feel is everything. You know, you might think, oh, well, what's the difference? Well, the difference is like how it feels. Okay. Bit of a randomness, but it's okay. Yeah, I like that. Oh, I had Indian for lunch. Made me really sleepy. It was so delicious. Oh, I love Indian food. I was just, if I could have had it now, I would have, because, you know, but I'm watching the shop here. And, wake up and all the jewelry's run out the door. Yeah. I don't think the guy who I'm watching the shop for would appreciate that. Nice. I'm not getting too jiggy here because, and no relation to the member of the channel named Jigger. When I get jiggy. Although maybe he picked that name because he's jiggy. I don't know. I'm not going to get jiggy. And no offense to Jigger if he is getting jiggy. Some people want to get jiggy with it sometimes. Okay. So you notice there'll be times I lay on that side of the brush because I just want big fat strokes. don't want too much black where the light's coming in. The farther away we are from this big bright light here, the darker we get. I like darkness in the corners. I'm a vignette junkie, self-confessed. See, you might think, oh, I gotta paint those trucks with my round. No, you don't. Use your flat. You can do it. See, there's a lot of light in all this. The fact is, though, I can paint it like I can, and I probably will paint it mostly black. Very easy in either the second pass or even this pass to come in to a real dark shape like that. Just add a few bits of less dark, like a slightly less dark color. And then even on top of that, you might add an even lighter color. I don't want the shape to be like all pointy. It really is here. I don't like the swoop, the point. So I changed it. I'm getting pretty close on this drawing. I watch some YouTube channels and some guys, they look at their stats and adjust their videos accordingly. I don't do that. Maybe it's why, I've got like 2,000 subscribers after 5-6 years. That's all. But I'm honoring, what can I say? I do what I do the way I want to do it. And if you like it, you're tuning in. And if you don't like it, you're watching Bob Ross. Or some other guy. There's other guys. Plenty of other guys. No one doing what I do, though. There was, little Max Cole. I follow him on Instagram. I like his stuff. He has one video. He's got one video for 40,000 views. And I've got, I don't know, several 100,000 views on like 500 videos. Whose approach is better? I don't know. I'm just kind of, when I do something, I do a lot of it. So, I'm doing videos, I do a lot. I like that. I do like that. I like this too, but I really don't like the 1, 2, 3. Everything's the same. So I'm going to change here. I'm getting a lot of reflection. I don't think you will. So I can deal with it. Don't fret. I'll take one for the team. Yes, I noticed in yesterday's video, like almost, not quite half the video was the drawing. This might be kind of similar, I don't know. I'm pretty much done drawing. And I could get in all these jits and stuff. That's not the idea. The idea is to get the drawing done, a good like under painting, under base that's dark. We're working on the dark again. I had the board prepped. And I say, do it on the board this spread. I don't want to get too jiggy back here. I want to keep it kind of vague. That's the other thing about this drawing stage, is a place to try things, try ideas. Maybe if I bring this in a bit more of an angle, in the reference you see it's quite straight. But happy with that.
Hey Mike.
Hey.
Just have to do this. I need to know some stuff.
Okay, yep, I'll help you out. Hold on. We're back. And that was a decent breaking point. Working on this texture. I like them both. I like working on the texture. I like working on the smooth. They both have advantages, disadvantages. What am I doing here? Just kind of getting everything evened out. I don't need any globs of black, you know, that kind of thing. And we're going to scrape this up. Then we're going to go and zoom in now. So, seeing the reference, see what we're up to. I will zoom out again. Try to remember that. It's too bad we're not actually streaming live, but if we were streaming live, to be honest, I mean, that would be a real... I don't mind a couple like breaks or interruptions, you know, that I actually like that. But all right, we're seeing glare for days here. How can we get rid of that? Not helping. Is that helping? Whoa, that really made things much worse, didn't it? Oh, that's not too bad. A lot of glare. Glare for me, glare for you. It is wet black paint though, so I'm not going to worry too much about it. Because it's wet. What are we going to do? Just trying some different angles here. I think that's probably best for both of us. Or should I say all of us? Hopefully it's not just one other person watching this. It's fine if it is though. You know. It's fine. It's all good. Yeah. You know, you could watch this instead of reruns of Seinfeld. I don't know why that purple decided to start running. But it did. And I'll... Ooh. That reminds me. I won't zoom in so tight because I notice when I do that, then you can't always see the palette. Yeah. Okay. So, how do I like to proceed? Well, if you've been following us for any time, you know that I'll do the sky bits first. Because why? Well, because it's the furthest thing back. It makes sense. To sort of emulate nature a bit. I don't think there's any life in that, cheap as I am. Okay. Curse being cheap. I'm not cheap, actually. Frugal. I like frugal better, but I'm trying to get over that. Try and be a giver. Try and share. Let's all share. Okay. Yeah, sorry for the fan noise. You know, I see one thing jumping out at me right now. Where did that brush go? Where'd that brush go? Oh. 1, 2, 3. Well, and I actually put that in with the swab. I think something is okay there, but not this 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Story of my life. How about that? It's 2.5. Alright, so that was done with a 4, but in a lot of ways this 4 is kind of giving me almost 6 type results because I got a bunch of black on my hands here. Yes, okay. Whoa, is that the color I mix? Yeah, so the color I mix, I'm looking at it now, and it just doesn't seem yellow enough. But I think I'm going to proceed with it. Part of it. That's some yellow to it. But don't forget that glazing is always an illusion. So all I did was that little yellow there. And I don't want to just go white. I didn't go anywhere near white in my paintings. So, this is a 6. You can see the 6 is in great shape. This 6 has had a bit more use. This one's almost new. Okay, so you might wonder, well, gee, Mike, how come all your paintings are so small, man? Let me tell you something, sonny. I did a museum show 2 years ago, and I really did a bunch of, for me, larger pieces. And I just found it exhausting. So after that, I was like, hell with it. And then I was getting inputs from galleries and things too. We want more large work. It's like, yeah, you get the large thing, you sell it, you don't. If you don't, it's like in my life, you know, until I find a buyer, which is, you know, I mean, I sell actually a lot of paintings. This is probably my best year for selling paintings yet, but don't get me wrong, I'm not complaining, I'm not crying. I got paintings for sale in my store, by the way. Just put some up in there the other day. Yeah, it's bright, but it's not white. So now you got to make sure these types of tones. Okay, I'm not going to duplicate no diagonal thing. There's that yellow kind of whatever back there. I like it. Just getting that paint in there nice and thick. I'll tell you why. Oh, I can't really show you. I did a little coating with liquid today. And even here, I'll modulate. I'm going to modulate. I'll put in more yellow. So as we move up here, see? I'm modulating. So the big brush corner of it'll give you some interesting stuff. And I'm going to do more than is in the reference because I want the trees to come in. I don't want to be constrained. But you got to be careful, like working over the dark like I am here, not to go too thin with these real light colors, because what will happen is they just get thinner over time. You want that piled on pretty good. So, yeah, I've had a case where I'm going over a painting with the liquid, and I painted a passage so thin that the dark board just starts really popping through. And it ain't so bad, because usually that's happening in the first color pass. I know there's going to be a second color pass, so not the end of the world, because I'll just make sure it's all. But if it was a passage, say, that had some cool expressive stuff, then you're going to lose all that. Yeah, this sticking out is obviating the diagonal of the reference. Alright. Just ridiculous. Sometimes I'll turn roads into streams. Not usually the opposite though. I don't usually turn streams into roads. If I was lucky enough to get reference with a nice good stream in it, I'll paint the stream. Roads are good too though. We're all on a path. We're all on a journey. Hopefully you're hearing me alright. Actually the traffic noise isn't so bad today. What happens is like people just decide to accelerate through this roundabout just outside my window here. Just get nuts. Alright, so we don't paint this color in there. You would think, yeah, it's the same color. No, you're wrong. Go to the back of the class. Alright, yeah, I'll show you what I'm doing. I added some of this to that. Let me grab the rest of that. Grab some of that. We don't need all that. And a little red. And when I say red, I mean fake burnt sienna / transparent earth red / I think it's PB 101, something like that. Darker. Now there are some interesting things in the reference, but I'm gonna try and mince around them. I'm just gonna, because I can just do a few quick strokes. And things are getting kind of thin. Not so much here do I want that. I don't want it anywhere, by the way. I will have some yellows coming through. This is going to be a nice yellowy bush, trees, whatever the heck it is. So look what I'm doing with this big old brush. See that? Why are you using such a big brush? I would use a little brush. Yeah, well, you're not the master painter. Maybe you are. Maybe master painters are coming to my channel. That'd be good, I guess. I don't know. Actually, I don't mind who watches my channel. You can watch. You could be Adolf Hitler. You can watch my channel. It's fine. It's equal opportunity. And although I have a sort of educational slant, really, I think I see a lot of this just as entertainment. I love watching paintings occur. Some people follow along, that's fine. And if you make a copy of my painting, though, please give me attribution. I know I said it before, but we got new people all the time. You can make a copy, you can sell it. It's all fine. But on the back it says painted after M. Francis McCarthy, because that's the right thing to do. Don't be, don't be naughty. Right? Because you might think you're benefiting from that sort of activity, but the truth of the matter is that your soul, your immortal soul, is at risk. You don't want to risk your immortal soul, do you? Oh, man. That's a thing. I shouldn't have gone in there, done that. I shouldn't have done. Because remember, I darken this quite a lot, my mix. And as I'm moving over, I'm darkening as I go. And what am I adding? You say, what are you adding? I want to know. Okay, and some of this, it's not that dark, and some of this. Alright? We've come a long way from that, haven't we? And yet you can see it works. You can come in over what you did, do a few dots like that, like that right there. That's all good. So one nice thing too about painting in the dark, you can create a lot of interesting stuff just by putting the light in like that. Now I don't really want to be committed to this. I like it. If I leave it there like that, I'm committed. I don't want to be that committed right now. I'm leaning back. I don't like this round bit, but I don't want to fall into the diagonal trap. Yeah, happy. I think. You got to be aware too. We as humans are very patterny. Tend to do the same thing. That's another thing I don't like is how this is like. Pew. I want. Pew. And so because I've deviated from the reference, I'm on my own now. Just don't want it. I just don't want it like a big bar in the back. Although it will be very light, so it's not going to be this dark, but. Careful, by the way, like if I was to just do a vertical stroke there, man, you look about this painting, you're walking down the hall, that's all you'd see in certain lights would be that big fat vertical stroke. Again, you learn these things with experience. So now I am changing my mind as I do. I don't want to do all this for the 6. I want to do the 4. Why is that? Because I'm thinking one step ahead. I'm thinking, okay, I'm gonna do the background bits, background trees, foliage, what have you. I don't know if you have a trash can in your art space that you just keep stuffing down and down. That's certainly me. Let's see, a couple of things here. Just put that up. Not real bright. So, kind of blurring my vision a little. Not too much. I really want that mask left alone. I don't want any up here. The exception might be there. That. Okay, see him now. It's like I like him, some dreadlocks. Don't know what he's up to. Don't get me wrong. I think people with dreadlocks are fine. But, okay, so I'm going to put this light color brush aside. Moving into this. And I'm going to get some oil on the brush. Mix this color here, and I'm going to see how that works. It's not quite dark enough to have a difference, so I'm dark, but I want a lot of brightness and chroma there, relative brightness and chroma. I don't want it looking like you can't have two. Also, gotta watch out on you more. I'm going to use a lot of cat yellow in this. I like cat yellow, actually. I use the Hansa yellow to make my Mike's green. You can't even mix it with the cat yellow. Cat yellow is quite opaque. Doesn't work. By the way, gambling, you have a lid problem, okay? If you're watching my channel. Check that or not. More yellow. Some more of that. I don't know why I didn't just get more of that too. Maybe we'll get extra more wrong, but turn left. You know, it's amazing to me how many years I've painted without raw umber. And it's amazing because I use it so much now. Taylor Rowney, raw umber, just got a new box. Where is it? Where are you, box? Yeah. Hey. Hey. Nice. Although this is several months supply here. I do go through it though. More and more. to get that complexity. Oh, that's right. Really dark. Let's see how it looks up here. Not bad. And good luck, guys. In and he's out. More red. Sometimes I slow down a little. Sometimes I give it a little squish. And kind of making a bed here. I'll be putting a few dots of that nice bright yellow. Red. Wobble red. My brush is getting a little gunky. This transition's a little harsh. I'm not going to worry too much about that right now because it's very easy for me to break it up as I go. And it's 3:30 right now. I got an hour and a half. You notice how I like to start painting in the afternoon? I did do a little figurative thing. I finished one. I actually found I sell more of the figurative things, I think, here in the antique shop. Don't know why. I ain't bad at the figurative thing either. Not that anywhere near bad, but I'm much better at the much better at the landscape painting. Done a lot more of it. Although I've done a ton of figurative drawing. I mean, that's all I drew for 30-something years, so. Very sensitive about your edges. Don't blur or smear your edges. Oil paint really does a good job of smearing together, by the way. But that may or may not remain. It's okay. It's early days. I feel like I painted this before. I think I painted all in blues. Now as we're modulating here, I want to get into darkness and chroma. So I'm bringing in the burnt sienna, which is called the burnt sienna, even though it's fake burnt sienna. Actual burnt sienna is not that. It's not that transparent. It's only semi-transparent. I'll tell you that can make a huge difference. The difference between the semi and the actual transparent. And I don't want this straight either necessarily. I'll paint my brush, or just clean it off on the painting, like that. So got some of that. That was a bit I mixed. Want that a little flat right now. Time to clean my brush, wipe it off. I mean, I'm not getting it. I don't usually clean my brush in the middle of my painting. Unlike old Bob Ross with his little taka in the bucket of thinner he's got right under his table there, or his easel, excuse me. Super in my references, really screamy colors. I probably won't paint anywhere near that kind of chroma, but sometimes I'll leave it in my reference because I know I'm going to make things subtle anyway. But it's, you know, it's Christopher in the middle. The reference is just inspiration. Don't forget that. Don't be the photocopier painter. Why bother? It's already a photo. It's already a photo. You don't want to see your meaning that's in the photo. You don't want to see it. You might be so proud of yourself too. Look at your good job I did. You probably don't talk like that. I did a really good job. Okay. Yes, you. Very good. Oh, that's not quite right. Let's see if it works. I kind of created that trunk with a swipe of the swab swiping. Kind of creeping up on that. I don't like that idea. There's more that we can do, heck a lot more, but remember, we're not going to do all this in one go, although my goal is always to walk away with it looking nice, so we'll leave it there now. So why did I do this now? Because I see it as an extension of the sky, and I can definitely going to bring some glow and things into that, but I'm not going to get too ambitious too early. I'm not an alla prima painter. For those of you that aren't on your art terms, alla prima is like an Italian painting term, means all at once. And there's many wonderful paintings of painters that are alla prima painters. I definitely tried to get everything done as much as I can in one pass, and then a few times a year I'll look at something and go, yeah, I'm not going to do nothing else to that. I don't like it. The first painting I ever done on this color was like that. I think because it was going so great on that dark. I was working on a burnt sienna tone for years, which is very nice to work on. I still like working on that color, although I've modified it a bit so that it's more of a umbery ready tone now. A little bit of palette maintenance. Don't tell me I got paint on my shorts. How did I do that? Oh yeah, I pride myself on not getting paint on myself, and here I just went and done it. Fine. Yeah, so if you do a little squirt of the mineral spirits on a paper towel and just swipe it off. Especially if it's just a quick brush. If it's a plot of paint, oof, I don't know what to tell you. Don't do that. Yeah, so I pulled down a 4. This is a 4. Fairly well used. I'm going to retain this as kind of so what are we retaining right now? I got a brush that had some black, got a brush that had some sky, and I got a brush that had that middle. This brush is going to be doing the bulk of the lifting for most of the painting now, because we're going to be doing all these middle tones. I'm pretty happy with the way this is looking. Yep. I did notice, like, I see more. This tends to look a little blown out in the video. Apologize for that. People have told me, oh, you do this, you do that, you do the other thing. Yeah, no, I've got to just leave it on autofocus. So sorry. So sorry. Yeah. It's not the video camera's fault either. It's really just the nature of the beast. I'm gonna put it on camera. I use a Panasonic video camera. It works great. Been using it for many years now. And I photograph in 1080p. Some people ask me about that sometimes. Yeah, so, first thing we're going to do, as per is my usual, I'm going to restate some of the darkest tones. The reason for that is, like, it is pretty black, but I have sort of a drawing mentality when I'm doing that, so I just want to make sure that certain passages, pardon me, pardon my French, I meant duck. Try and keep my language clean, so if the kids come in or whatever. I have a form YouTube now. Everyone that posts videos to YouTube has to say whether their video is for kids or not. Son-in-law. My videos are not for kids. The kids can watch them though, I mean, if they want it, because I keep it clean. It's landscape painting, it's pretty innocent. We'll get into a little philosophy on this channel, but we'll get into politics and stuff. I don't even care about that stuff anymore. It's just all gone too mad for me, too crazy. Now, we will have some interesting branches and things, but a lot of that we're going to do second pass when it's dry. So know when to get into that stuff or when to not. Because if you do it now, what happens is you're just plowing through wet paint, and that's not always a good look. You can do it. It can be done. You see, I don't really want that rounded out there. I want this chunk. Yeah, pretty happy. A bit more black underneath. Because, okay, why? Okay, because it's underneath, that's why. I'm going to put things on top of that. And I don't want it to be half-hearted. Because you'll never get that effect again of the black underneath. You can pop black on top, but it'll have a different feel. The feel, like I was saying earlier, maybe it's the theme of today's feel is everything. Like it's, I keep going for that 6. I don't want those 6. I want this one. Brand, it's clean. It's not new. Not new. Robert Simmons Signet Flat, number 4. So we're going to come off the darks. And I have this tone I've done. You'll see. Yeah, I told you it was in that before, so I'm going to repeat myself, but I'm going to come in with a little more dark. I don't want it too dark though, because I want a point of difference. So it's almost going to look very much like the color that's already there. So I want more red in it, and I'm going to go into the crimson, because I could half-part it with the, I'm going to do some of that too, this burnt sienna tone, all day, all night. That's nice. So it's almost where it's like what I mix is like the burnt umber tone that's in there. And this is, so you ask me, why do you do oil? Why do you do oil as part of your board prep? Well, now you know. Because many times I get, well, because if it isn't oil and I leave it bits showing, it's kind of obvious. Now, I do want these trees a little lighter, orangier. That's what's happening in the reference. That's a greeny feel for sure. Picked up some paint from somewhere else there. Down here, I'm going to get into some of those greeny whatevers. This is very close to the color of the board, so it's kind of a good place to just get some oil paint down. Okay. I'm sure we'll be getting into a little bit more of that, but I want to keep moving. I am going to move, in fact I was thinking that I wanted to go right into those greeny tones, which we're going to do now. That's this color that was basically raw umber and cad yellow and a little bit of this red. Just so this will definitely feel a lot more green to you, I think. And I am grabbing some of this as well, kind of get a middle tone. Just see, it'll feel different. Mind that sometimes when we put the color down, we have an intention, the royal we have an intention of putting something else on top of it. Back here though, I do want to come in with some of that green, but I'm gonna do this, which has almost a green feel to it anyway, a clayish greeny feel. Yeah, that will make it feel even more green and a little black. And when I add the black, that ain't gonna work. Remember I talked about that the other day too, because you could plop infinite black into that right now and it just wouldn't change a thing. So you're coming off the side, that does work. Because up here, I like that tone. Change my position a little. All of these so-called greens are so packed full of reds. People ask me what's the secret to your greens. Red is the secret to the greens. You pack in tons and tons of red into your greens. And sometimes just a dot of something that's a more greenish tone. Everything reads as green. And then we walk outside, we look at nature, we see green tree, green. You'd be surprised how much red is in all that. Don't get hung up on your little trunks. Don't get hung up on nothing, man. Try and keep moving. You know it's going and very easily put in that trunk again. And as we get close to the sky, I want to bring in more lighter colors. So, but I have a little bit of this as a foundation. Here more green, here more warm. I'm liking this. I'm liking this over here. I got that kind of greenish tone that I mixed and didn't use much of. This tone. And I'm going to bring some orange into that. The orange isn't super powerful, but it does change things, modulate things. And a lot of times too, like it's nice. So you don't want to do everything like with these trees coming in the sky. You don't want to do everything like that with the wet paint on a dry painting. A little bit on the wet too, but don't feel like you need to do it all a la prima. That's what I kind of started to say earlier. Yeah, pretty happy with it. Pretty happy. Don't do a bunch of polka dots. Don't be too random either. Don't think you're going to succeed with a bunch of random slapdash. That's not what I do. It might look like what I'm doing, but it ain't what I'm doing. Okay, enough of that for now. I want my brush. And kind of get into this warmer, readier tone that I've done. And wet my brush. Go back in the oil. This one, this color. Oh, it's a mess. So you got a mess like this, you can actually scrape a lot off with your knife. wipe it off again. And we're good. So, why do you have perline on your palette, Mike, but you never use it? Because I'm going to use it right now. And it actually stays. I got the perline on my palette when I really want things to actually go red. This red, the burnt sienna red, is neutral. See, it makes a difference. It does. Maybe if you remember the reference at the beginning. Almost kind of an opposite of what I normally do. Usually I'll paint a lot of reddish stuff and then put a dots of green in here. I'm doing this and greeny type stuff. And I'm putting dots of red into it. So one other thing I was going to mention to you. So, yeah, if you say you did a good painting, right? You're like, oh yeah, man, that went great. You know what we should do? The next day, another painting. Because you got some momentum. Momentum is so powerful. So many of my students, they wonder why, they don't get good results. And it's because they paint, once every 2 weeks or something like that. Now, I would paint even if I did a bad painting the day before. I don't have momentum from doing a good painting, but I have the overall momentum that's been built in from having done a lot of paintings. I really wanted that darker, different. I'm not convinced 100% that it matters, but I'm going to go wipe this off. And I'm going to go into some black. I don't know what that's going to do. I'm going to give it a bit of a grainy quality. The black always seems to. That was just black into this other mixture. Just want a little something going on. A lot of red here. Black is green. Ooh. Oh, Mike, you're messing with our heads, man. Yeah, black is green, man. Black is really green, man. Modulate. Always modulate. Always be modulating. Always be closing. I just added in some alizarin crimson. I knew you didn't see what I did. So sorry. Now, sometimes I have the texture, I can just do things like that by hitting with the side of my brush. Maybe it's a good idea. If it's not, I can just press in a little bit, even if there's just a little bit of it. Alright, back. Making it back into our ready here. This perline. Okay. This is the place to use it. Why I left those little bits in the back, just implying that there's a little something else going on back there. Same deal here. I can play that up or diminish it because it's pretty subtle. I'm pretty happy with this. So you wondered, Mike, I never seen you use the perline. No, you've seen it. Couldn't get that with the burnt sienna. That's why it's earned its place on my palette. You've earned it. You've earned it, perline. Good on ya. Good on ya, mate. Yeah. Okay, things are vague. I guess. If it's I could just paint the whole thing with a 2-inch brush. It'd be pretty big. Back into this. Well, there's not much of this in it, but we could even grab like some of this green. Just throw in. What happens if we mix these two together? See? That's a complex red. Muddy. Nice. A little different. Remember I said those weren't going to be the same as the sky. They're not going to be quite that dark either. But all I got to do is put a little zing of some of this in there and everything's going to start looking, it would look nice. So, dry brushing is usually followed with a little paper towel action. Why did I do that? Just because I'm going crazy. I'm mad. Not the right color for there, but like I was mentioning, maybe it was yesterday, sometimes you do something wrong, it might add up to something right later. You know? I know I've got to go over these trunks. I'm tempted to leave them alone until the second color pass. So over here, I like that it's not a really dry brush effect since it's wet paint on the board, but what am I doing? Not that big mess. That was all the colors we painted with previous to getting into these reds. Just mixed all together. Right. Don't do too much of this stuff. Don't do it. You're gonna get crazy. I messed up paintings for 2 years after I started dry brushing. Yep, like that. I do want more red. I'm just creeping in. I'm creeping in on it. And we got this in the palette, right? I'm creeping in on it. I got plans. Big plans. Big plans for everyone. Okay. Now, if I get too nuts here, I'll just lose the difference. So I think what I'm going to do is wipe off my brush. Not that this shape's an award winner, but it's actually working. It's doing a job. It's just too great a contrast right now. So this might be a good spot to do a bit of that. And creep up on things. And like I say, when you do that sort of thing, you almost always have to follow it up with a little bit of smoothing. Yeah. Oh, and I think that works. I totally do, and I don't want any of it over here. And the reference just sees very different, but I don't care. So back into the reds, and same deal here, only not that way. We're just going to kind of carefully pick away at it. So sometimes you can do things. You have a light, deal with the brush. I picked up some light there, and it pretty much ruined everything. Oh my god! Okay. Anyway, it's all fine. It's all fine. It's gonna be fine. Just going into some of this now. Now my reference, a lot of that might be sky holes. So instead of doing the sky holes, I'm doing it with another color. We talked about that. Remember? I don't want to get too crazy with a lot of this because right now I do need a difference between the pathway and this color coming in. We're sort of doing dappling right now. It's called dappling. Yellow. Okay, well. So I've had an intention of bringing in more cat yellow here since, well, many moons now, many moons ago. I like to work at a good clip. Sometimes I really slow down. Wouldn't you know? But that would be that big experience thing I was talking about. I'm always lecturing you about doing a lot of paintings. That's why. Do a lot of paintings. Do a lot of bad paintings. Don't worry about it if they're not great. It's a waste of time. Why would you expect to be great unless you've done a lot of paintings? Think about it. You know, I mean, that's common sense on one hand, but you'd be surprised how many times I hear that kind of thing from people. Oh, well, you know, I'm not very good. It's like, well, why would you be? Why would you be any good? You've done 2 paintings. Yeah, I know. This is like a myth that's been started. You know, in the days before the modern era, people knew that to get good, you had to work. The modern area, people get the idea because so much crap is out there. I don't think crap's a bad word, is it? So much crap's out there, and it's the latest thing is they're trying to destroy art because art's uplifting. I'm not going to get conspiratorial on you, but you know, they show the guy duct taping bananas to the wall. It's the latest deal, right? Oh, that's garbage, you might say. Art is garbage. Art is not garbage. That's garbage. He gets 120,000 because he taped a banana to the wall. Well, good on him. I don't begrudge him his 120,000. But someone else, anyone can tape a banana to a wall, right? Doesn't take any talent. Oh, but it takes talent to come up with it. What'll be your next thing? Well, I'm doing the duct tape series now, so I'm gonna take my girlfriend to the wall. I'm gonna tape my car to the wall, and you can be helping me by just continuing to get the wall out. And we will have the taping to the wall exodus. It'll be a career, and when I die, it's like no one's gonna care about it because. Well, I had to wonder about that banana, taping banana. That banana is not going to make it for long. We all know what happens to bananas in a week. Like that. And that's a good place to get into more stuff in a second pass. I'm not going to get nuts with it right now. I feel like I have a lot of pain in my hands. Jeez. Yeah. Feel like I want some more like interesting reds here. How are we doing? You're doing all right. Just gonna scoop up a bunch of this and some of that. Mix it in over here. Some of that perline. Yeah, thank you to the guy several months ago that, made a point of correcting me on my pronunciation of that color. Dude, go do some paintings. Leave me alone. Yeah.
Alright, so damn, that was very helpful.
Dude, you're pronouncing perline or whatever wrong. Okay. I don't care. I can find it out in the tube when I place my order. I feel bad because Gamblin named that paint color. And it's just named after some synthetic concoction they came up with in a lab. A wonderful synthetic concoction, I might add. Thank you for that. I don't think Gamblin invented pigment. They invented the dumb name. Just so the guy could come on my channel and be so helpful.
It's actually perline red,
Okay, buddy. Oh, it's 4 o'clock. Yeah, we're gonna. Not done, but. This is kind of even going the opposite of what I said I was going to do, where I was going to get rid of like greens on the ground. It seems like a lot of the greens worked their way up the tree. Still want things connected. But I will start with a few random polka dots. Don't want the edges of your painting is not the place to introduce little tweaky details, or even if it's not a real detail, like transitions at most any time. It's a good place to continue with whatever it was you were doing. So these edges were one of the most challenging trees. One of the most challenging aspects of painting is always going to be where your trees meet your sky, and as you progress, you'll look at your old paintings and see what a terrible job you did at that, until eventually you kind of got good at it. What do I recommend for that? Well, I mean, yes, you can make copies after my work if you want, but really it'd be better someone like Caro, someone like a Ness, someone who's a master, make some Make some studies after those guys. Not hard to do. Doesn't matter what size you do either. You do big. Don't do too tiny. Happy with that. All right. What I don't really feel like doing is getting. We got this. It's crazy. Some random like stabs. It's okay. I quiet it down a little. I don't know if you can hear that piano background. That's my least favorite kind of music. This boogie woogie. I hate that kind of thing. I'm not dissing it. I'm sure it takes talent. I just don't like it. I don't like that kind of boogie woogie music. So what am I doing? I'm softening a little. Setting the stage. Because I'm getting close to, not done, but we're getting, within the realm of like, if we put that road in, we could walk away right now. Well, as much as I like that, I gotta back off of it. So, here's another lesson for you. Sacrifice your coolest brush strokes for the overall effect. Do you hear me? Are you listening to me? Because there's another really hard one lesson. Be willing to sacrifice anything for the overall painting. I mean, you want to keep what's cool as much of it as you can, but you'll have these really cool, like that was a really cool little brush stroke there. It just kind of, I mean, it's still kind of there. But, that's really what sometimes second pass is all about. That's the place. You've lived with the painting for a little while. And, whoa, that's way too much. What am I doing? I'm out of control. I'm losing my subtle. There we go. What I do recommend is you're gonna have second pass. Make sure you address, don't leave a bunch of problems to fix in that second pass. Don't leave, if it's a problem, don't leave it for later. Try and fix it now. Even if that doesn't look super awesome, but, doesn't look super awesome, but it doesn't look super bad, and I can sit there, I can think about it, I can make it better. I can make it better than it was. Stronger. Faster. Yeah, I don't want to get in a bunch of whatever's weirdness is here because I really need that road to pop, so. And in the reference, that road is just yellow. And let's go do it now. And I think my plan what my plan was, I was thinking just straight up like a cad yellowy tone, but then I started mixing in all this ochre. Howdy, how you doing? I want the whole wood color. And this is one of the reasons I didn't decide not to do a bunch of tweaky stuff there. difference. So you want to modulate. Like, you know, wouldn't want to paint this whole road yellow, but made out of bricks. You don't want that. Or maybe you do if you're making a movie. Yeah, no, like The Wizard of Oz. Also, you notice I am kind of going thin here, but it won't be mission critical. And the reason is because I'm sort of finding my way. Okay, point of difference. Point of difference, please. Okay. I never need to hear this song again. Hopefully I don't have to pay him a copyright. It's not by choice that this stuff's on my channel. It's pretty quiet though in the videos, so I'm not too worried about it. But it's a brilliant song too, don't get me. I just heard it. Okay, so like you're thinking, what is he doing with that hatch? Well, I think if I bring the road all the way over, I'm going to regret it. So what I'm going to do is wipe off the brush. Maybe come into something like that or that. Very thin. Do this kind of thing. So I'm sort of retaining some of it. See? It's too facey as it is. But when I make that kind of move, get it up here, what follows is always some softening. Just think that something, because let's face it, there's a million different ways a path can go down. I'm actually pretty happy with that. I do have questions like what's going on here. Hey!
Today.
I sold a $1,000 necklace today.
Oh, did you?
Mm-hmm.
Yay, that's exciting.
I guess so. It's exciting for old Hamish.
What's that?
Yeah, and we're back. But we're not really back. We're done for now. You want to do a little zoom? Actually, it was no time at all to you. So, a little zoom in for you. Nice. Real happy with it. It's not done. But, you know, now I've decided there's a lot of... where's my mouse? I'll show you the reference here. There we go. It's coming up. There's a lot of like different interesting things going on in these trees, so I've decided to wait until it's dry to do that. So, because I'll be able to control the effect much better. Yeah, because right now it's black wet paint. I could do it, but I think it's gonna be better. I'm real happy with where we are, and yeah. So, oh, brush. This is how we paint now. 2 hands, 2 fists. Anyway, thank you for joining me today. I'll take this one home, pop this up tonight. Why not, you know? Because usually Saturday's a little fractured, although maybe I can get some work done tomorrow too. Like I was saying in this video earlier, it's like if you're on a roll, you're doing good stuff, just keep going as long as you can until, you know, you have to take a break. And momentum is so powerful. Anyway, thank you for joining me today. I'll be back real soon with another video. Meanwhile, please take good care of yourself, your family, your loved ones, even your enemy. If you have enemies, forgive them. Okay, just do the right thing. And you can go to my website. There's a store there, some cool things in it. You can donate if you're getting value out of this. It's easy. I mean, there's a button. You click the button, put in your PayPal, choose an amount. It can be anywhere between $5 to $500, I think, or $1,000. if you're very, very wealthy, be a patron of the arts. Anyway, we'll see you real soon. Take good care and stay